So I saw this floating around social media, and I heard a lot of people saying, yo, they're throwing shade at Kelce. And I'm like, oh, what happened now? There was a clue on Jeopardy. Take a listen.
The TV show in question 200. Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity is hosted by this man, who's maybe more famous as a boyfriend than as a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Derek.
Was Travis Kelce?
Correct.
Oh, burn!
I mean, by the way, can I just say, without the sound of Trebek's legendary voice, that question holds no weight in my heart. I need Trebek's voice.
I agree.
I know we're going to talk about a legendary voice we lost in just a moment, but Trebek's missing in that clip right there was just not hitting the same.
I know I'm not a 70-year-old person, so I'm not watching Jeopardy every night.
That's the first time I think I heard a soundbite, and it wasn't Trebek like that.
Agreed.
Right? It didn't hit the same.
No, it's like that adjustment you had where you're like, I guess Bob Barker doesn't do The Price is Right. It's going to take years because I heard that clip, and I'm like, oh, that must be some bootleg version.
Are you smarter than a celebrity? Trebek would have did it so much better. Can I hear it one more time? One more time.
The TV show in question 200. Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity is hosted by this man, who's maybe more famous as a boyfriend than as a 3-time Super Bowl champ.
That doesn't...
Derek.
Was Travis Kelce?
Correct.
That doesn't hit. But so the question is, shade or truth? And as you always say, Cavino, as the little tortilla girl once pointed out, why not both?
Well, Iowa Sam, let's give Iowa Sam some credit. He often fights and bickers with some other shows here on Fox Sports Radio.
At times.
And his whole point a lot of times is, well, both could be true. Both could be true is sort of something that Iowa Sam lives by, and I agree with him.
Coach Doug here, I don't agree.
There are many shades of gray in life.
Both could be true. I'm right. You're right. It both could be true.
Now, Coach
You're wrong.
Coach Doug just hit me up and he said, Iowa Sam wrong.
Sometimes both could be true, but the question we're asking the Fox Sports Radio Nation is shade or truth. Again, is Travis Kelce more famous, more popular because
as a boyfriend,
he's Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
Of course.
Or, is he
because he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion?
popular because he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion?
I think you'd be foolish and you'd be wearing your I'm a grown man that loves the NFL goggles if you said it was because he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Travis Kelce and the Kelce Bros have the #1 sports pop culture podcast. Jason Kelce's on panel shows and might be a late night ESPN host. And Travis is now an actor. He's in every commercial. And not to sound like a jerk, but it's not because they're great on the field, because they are. It's because they entered the Swiftie world. And as eye-rolling as that may be, he is more known as the boyfriend of the most famous woman on earth.
It exposed him to a whole different set of eyes and ears and a different demographic. We can't discredit that he was already a superstar in the sports world to another large demographic of people.
He had his own reality TV show before Taylor Swift had ever had one view on YouTube.
I mean, that is true. But he is best known as the boyfriend of a famous person.
So it is truth. So it's less shade, as people were saying last night, than truth. It is true as much as whack as that sounds to a sports fan. You're like, yeah, but he's Travis Kelce. He's won 3 Super Bowls. Relax. No, he is more famous.
This is starting to feel like both, and I don't like that for the radio.
You
guys need a debate, damn it.
Give me a divisive answer that could get the phones going.
Shade or truth?
But if you remember the fun trend, it was a year ago now. Do you remember that fun trend where wives and girlfriends would set up their camera on the sly, and they would say to their husbands or boyfriends Travis Kelce, no one knew him until Taylor, right? Just to make their men angry. That was a trend a year ago. But the reality is, he is one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
Well,
but
you
why
also
does he
have to be very secure in who you are as a man. I'm wondering, based on that, would everyone here, everyone listening, be super comfortable in reality dating someone who was way more popular, powerful, famous, maybe made more money than you as a guy? Because we have been conditioned. I know it's not a popular way to think, but conditioned to be providers, right? And breadwinners. Doesn't mean you have to be, but is everybody comfortable being second fiddle in that department the way Kelce volunteered to be?
No.
And he has the confidence to say yes because he's already uber successful. We get that. He's a confident guy.
No, but I'm saying, listen, it could be considered old school sounding, but there's a lot of guys that would have a hard time not being like the top dog earner in the family. That's true. Like, you can't lie about that. There'd be a lot of guys that are like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with it. And it's all based on insecurity.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people that wouldn't. It's a fact.
That is without a doubt a fact.
And again, just so I'm clear, that it's based in insecurity, but there are certainly people that are not secure enough. And hey,
you know what, Danny G?
I think Travis
I'll
Kelce.
take a side, though. I'll take a side, and here's my side on it.
Hold on. Let me just finish.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, though, however, has proven that being on the arm of Taylor Swift, reversal style,
Is
where
good for business.
is good for business. So
business is booming.
Business is booming, not AB style, but business is booming. If you are secure enough to be like, yeah, I'm with someone way cooler than me.
Is it shade or truth is the question based on the Jeopardy highlight yesterday. Sure, there's some truth to it. But, I do hate that sentiment of, like you mentioned, Kanye West and the Beatles, right? Oh, how nice of Kanye to welcome this old guy into this song. Who's Paul McCartney anyway? Who's Paul McCartney? Give me a break.
I remember
Just
that.
because you're an idiot and you don't know who Paul McCartney is doesn't mean he's not super famous, right? So I feel that way about Swifties. Although it's a big population of people, it's like, just because you're an idiot and you didn't know who Travis Kelce was, this dude was scoring touchdowns long before you were even out of junior high.
Yeah, but
and he's won 3 Super Bowls, so he's already been famous.
It's one sports league in the United States. Taylor Swift is an international phenomenon.
Yeah, and I get there's truth to that, but it is shade because by saying he's best known as so-and-so's boy, it takes away from his accomplishments. So there is shade being thrown there. Like, I wouldn't want to be known as so-and-so's boyfriend if I'm super successul. If I'm just some schlub, if I'm like, you know who that title belongs to? Stedman. What does that guy do? I don't know. That's Oprah's guy. I don't know who he is, what he does. He's some dude with a mustache. You know who he's famous for being? Oprah's dude, right?
So wait,
Stedman. Travis Kelce's an accomplished guy, so it's insulting. That is shade.
So you're telling me.
So although there's truth, I'm saying this is shade.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
I'll just pick J-Lo. She's a little old for you. But I can't think of someone else that I feel like you'd be crushing on. You were always you were into J-Lo back in the day.
How about Sydney Sweeney? I just saw her on TV.
She's too young for you.
Why is she too young for me? Play the game. What's the math game?
The game is, half your age plus 7. I think it's all right. So if you were with J-Lo or Sydney Sweeney, you would not accept the fact that, Covino? Oh yeah, that's Sydney Sweeney's dude. Yeah, I think he does a podcast or something.
Casper was J-Lo's boyfriend, right? What, he's a dancer. What would he do? Federline was Britney Spears' boyfriend because he was a nobody backup dancer. If that was me, I'm like, what do you mean, man? I'm a professional broadcaster on Fox Sports nationwide. I think that holds a little bit of weight. That's insulting. If all you gave me credit for was J-Lo's boyfriend. I don't like that. And that's what they're doing with Travis Kelce, therefore more shade than truth.
Okay.